that will be carried over are the following: level, experience points, SP, acquired guild, playtime, items, materia, equipment status, DMDW progress, DMDW limit break / limit verge count, bus to start proficiency, mail, tutorials, useful tips.
Alrighty then. Okay, but anyway.
Well,
I wonder what they either condensed, moved around, or cut to get rid of a whole chapter. But maybe they made 1 or 2 chapters longer by squeezing some extra stuff into them. Who knows?
alright. Now, what did you notice that was a bit different?
About
The end credits. Because I certainly saw it.
what?
It said to be continued in Final Fantasy VII, not 7 Remake. And here's where my theory comes in, and it's a lot of other people's theories.
Is it that Zack's alive?
So, basically, the way Crisis Core Reunion works, it's still Crisis Core, but it's not a prequel to Final Fantasy VII Remake, but rather Final Fantasy VII Original.
So it's basically just a remaster of
the
original Crisis Core.
It's Crisis Core, then Final Fantasy VII. That's how it works.
Yeah.
And if we were to take this Crisis Core, so let's say this is canon, all right? Let's take this Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. If we go this way and then move to Final Fantasy VII Remake, the layout's different. That's because when we enter through the path of destiny, Sephiroth basically made it to where he absorbed all the. You don't see this. You see it before you fight him, but he absorbs like all the whispers and like consumes it. So he basically got rid of the whole existence of like destiny even stopping anything from happening. Who knows? Eric might not even. Well, this is a spoiler, but like Eric probably might not even die in Rebirth.
Yeah.
Zack is alive in Rebirth. He makes it to Midgar. So Sephiroth either with messing with the whispers probably died in that sort of way, and then chronologically in the timeline mix something up in Crisis Core, which changed the events that leave Zack to live and actually make it to Midgar.
I don't know about all that, but I did tell you that a lot of people's theories is that somehow the Sephiroth you fight at the end of 7 is not the actual Sephiroth. He's the spirit of Sephiroth from Advent Children.
That's another thing. I was getting to that.
Because
this is how it works. It's Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII, then Advent Children, and then I believe Dirge of Cerberus, which is, from what I hear, not really good. And also, it kind of makes sense now. Think about it. Crisis Core got remastered to fill in the story of Zack, right?
Yeah.
Like people who play Rebirth might not even know who Zack. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people that played Final Fantasy VII Remake didn't know who the hell Zack was at the very end.
Yeah.
And
and apparently, the Final Fantasy VII Ultimania confirms that those 3 colored whispers you fight in front of the Arbiter are Advent Children.
So, somehow...
And also there's the whole thing of, it seems like that Sephiroth knows what is supposed to happen.
Yeah, we beat the game! We beat it!
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the cutscene that you're supposed to see is a block cutscene. So if you want, you can...
We don't know how to get around that at the moment.
We know how to get around it. I don't have a gaming PC. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So if you want to go ahead and watch that cutscene, you can go search it up on a channel and just put in Crisis
Yeah.
Core reunion ending, and then it'll give it to you. But we're over here fucking just talking about stuff that might happen.
Theorizing shit.
Yeah.
Or theories that people have.
Someone had to be super embarrassing. That's good, bro. But yeah, so it goes like this: Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII Original, Advent Children, Dirge of Cerberus. And somewhere after the events of Advent Children, the spirit of Sephiroth that's in the live stream must have fucked with something in the past. Somehow. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's Sephiroth, bro. Like.
Well, if
Dude.
Genesis can supposedly... Well, no, Genesis wasn't actually dead, so that whole doing stuff from the live stream doesn't count.
So, whatever, he messes with stuff in the past, which alternates the entire events of Crisis Core, which is somewhat similar, but it still ends up happening. And then it moves on to Final Fantasy VII Remake, where and here's the thing, there are only a couple people who actually know what's going on, which are Aerith. I'm pretty sure Aerith actually knows what's going on. Like, she's aware.
A lot of people say that Aerith and Sephiroth
because Sephiroth
seems to know what's happening.
And if you remember in Final Fantasy VII Remake, Cloud is like having like these spaz attacks and he's like seeing the future. What if he's seeing what was like an alternate timeline of the events? Because remember, when there's a specific event when you're concluding the story, he sees a foreshadowing of Aerith's death, with the materia falling on the ground, breaking, and her hands in a praying stance.
Well, didn't after they all had a vision at some point, doesn't Red say these are visions of what's going to happen if we fail here?
Yeah.
Also, a lot of people think that this Sephiroth tricks you into killing the Arbiter so that he can defy destiny.
Alright, see you, bro. I'll talk to you tomorrow. So, it's all like starting to make sense. Think about it. And like, I'm pretty sure Nomura's not gonna be the smug type of person to do this, but like, he might, because it's Nomura. But think about it. So, Final Fantasy VII Remake happens. Everything's going as planned, except Cloud is like... So, like, there's only, like, 3 people right now that actually kind of know what's going on. Sephiroth, Aerith. Like, I'm pretty sure Sephiroth and Aerith have, like, the most amount of clue of what's going on. Because Sephiroth even tells Cloud, like...
Well...
When he's, like, having the spaz attack, he's, like... He grabs his hand and he's like, careful now, that of which is known hasn't happened yet.
Oh, also, that's another thing I saw in a comment. You know how Sephiroth says to Cloud, like, whatever the 7 seconds thing?
Yeah. 7 seconds till the end.
Do you know what people say that is a reference to?
I'm pretty sure he means the meteor crashing in.
No. Apparently 7 seconds is how long it takes Sephiroth to fall onto Aerith.
7 seconds left to escape. But what will you do with it? Is what he says.
Yeah. But yeah, people are saying apparently that's how long the cutscene of Sephiroth descending to kill Aerith takes. Is 7 seconds. Someone also...
Yeah, you know what? Now that you say that, it kind of makes sense. Think about it. 7 seconds till the end. But what will you do with it? Time enough for me. Or no, time enough for you. But what will you do with it? That's a good point, because think about it. If it wasn't for Aerith's death, like events could have ended in a different angle.
Yep.
And like also think about it. You kept asking me this, like, oh, Biggs is alive? Well then how's the rest of the story gonna play out? And that's
Yeah.
where the timeline trick comes in. It's like he messed with time so much that characters that die don't actually die. I mean, we don't actually get to see Jessie at all in 7 Remake.
We see her headband, but...
We see her headband. No, I don't think that's her headband. I think that's Biggs, because Biggs isn't wearing his as well. It could be Jessie's, but we don't actually see Jessie. We don't see her at all after the events of 7. So she could still be dead.
Yeah.
Or she's alive and we just
Somewhere.
don't know where she is. But so Rebirth might actually give us more details on this alternate timeline.
Yeah.
Because in the teaser trailer, it showed that we go back to Nibelheim as Cloud and Sephiroth. We go back to Nibelheim.
Yeah.
And at the end of the trailer, you see a white single wing or feather floating towards Zack and Cloud as they're making it to the gates of Midgar.
Yeah.
So, in this alternate timeline, Zack is alive. And this is the entire reason why they even remade Crisis Core. Because think about it. Why else did they not remake Dirge of Cerberus? It's like...
Yeah.
And if you're saying that the attack he was about to use and Sephiroth blocked it, if it's Octoslash or if it's Omnislash, I mean, yeah, that could be like Advent Children, and he's already remembered that, and people are saying this is true, like it's the spirit of Sephiroth.
Yeah.
And he just went back in time or whatever and messed with it, and like he has all those memories of that first timeline.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I mean, it would make sense that he knows that Cloud was gonna try and do an Omni Slash on him. Oh my god, bro, this is great.
Oh, but anyway,
and then like, and another thing is like, who knows? Maybe instead of Aerith dying, it might be Tifa, because Cloud states in that trailer, "I saw you lying on the ground." What do you? And then Tifa replies with, "What are you implying? That I died? That I'm some kind of imposter?"
One thing that people have theorized is that instead of Aerith dying, Zack is going to push her out of the way and die in her place, since he's alive. That's what some people are saying.
We don't know. We have to wait until this winter.
Well...
Or next winter, actually.
Does Aerith's death happen near the end of 7 or the middle?
It's kind of in the middle, because that's when...
Well,
the middle... People have compared FF7 to Star Wars, where it's like, the middle is the Empire Strikes Back. It's where the characters are at their very, very lowest.
So yeah, if it is around the middle, then yeah, Rebirth will tackle that. Oh, but I was able to find. This is going back to that Kingdom Hearts question I asked you. This, if it works, that's artwork on the official Kingdom Hearts wiki for Cloud.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain that one.
And he also has a sprite from, I'm assuming, either Recoded or Chain of Memories that is also him with a wing.
I don't know. I'm so excited for Rebirth, bro. I'm glad I got to play this game again.
I'll have to look at the trailer myself, but did it actually show the UI ever?
No.
Ah.
I mean, it showed it showed Command, but it looked exactly the same way when they did the first teaser gameplay footage of. Here, you know what? Why don't I send you it right now?
All right. And I'm sure that can't possibly be the final trailer for it, can it?
No. I'm sure as we get closer, though,
We might get actual gameplay footage from it.
we might get a gameplay trailer, or we might get like
something.
just something. The first look trailer.